Episode number 212. Are these comics going to make good film and television shows? We have Zatanna number 1, and we have G.I. Joe number 4. Let's check them out right now. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you so much for spending time with me as we rant about movies, comic books, and television shows, as well as the occasional board game. I am your host, Frank Zanca, an award-winning screenwriter, novelist, and comic book writer, as well as a filmmaker. And yeah, writing a screenplay for a client right now. I think it's pretty good so far. I'm just in the treatment mode. That's where I'm trying to craft the story before I actually go into the scripting side. And then again, I'm going to be possibly doing a novel, World War II novel. I have a World War II novel up on Amazon right now. This will be my second if he comes through with the contract and moving forward with that. And then on top of that, I got a nice phone call today that somebody might be interested in Destiny Aurora, which is my 4-novel series that's also on Amazon. The first novel is also on Audible. It also was turned into a graphic novel, which is behind me, as well as a board game and an RPG. So if you want to check that out, just go to Amazon and type in Destiny Aurora. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on. We'll see what actually happens. I never count anything until the money's in the bank. All right, so remember to give me a like, give me a subscribe if you can. And also remember, too, that we are in the middle of actually winding down to the last third. We only have 10 days left for the Green Hornet anthology. Celebrating the 90th anniversary of the Green Hornet radio show. This is more based on the TV show than it is the radio show with Bruce Lee. And it's got writers like Timothy Zahn, who created Thrawn for Star Wars, as well as Kevin J. Anderson, who writes for Dune, among other things. The guy is really, really prolific. And then on top of that, we have Bill Willingham. We have cover art by Matt Wagner, who did Batman and Grendel. And we just unlocked chapter art for each individual chapter by Dennis Calero, who did Marvel Noir. And we're only $1,500 away from unlocking a new cover by Dennis Calero. It's going to be amazing. Anyway, you can go to greenhornetnoir.com or click the link in the description below. Signed copies will not be available outside of this campaign, and it will be more expensive after it's over. So definitely jump on that. Do not wait. All right, so let's talk about Zatanna. It was a slow week, so I picked this up. I do like Zatanna, but mostly there hasn't been really good stuff with Zatanna in it. I do not collect anything by Marika Tamaki. I heard that was decent, but I stay away from her like the plague. I do not like her writing. So this was basically a very average book as far as I'm concerned. It could have been a lot better, I think. But I don't know. Let's go through it and see what you think. So we start out, and I have no idea how this plays into the rest of the story. This is written and done by Jamal Campbell. So I'm not sure he's much of a writer. He's got good artwork, that's for sure. So it's about this particular piece, like the beginning here, that has nothing to do with Zatanna, is about a princess who's, I guess, had a very lonely shadow, and she kept crying, so she went to go see the Magi, who basically gave her shadow personality and was no longer crying. Okay, I have no idea. Then we get some really nice artwork here about Zatanna joining the Justice League. Again, I have no idea what's on that top. I don't understand it. And of course, Zatara, which is her father, is dead. We've heard different things about that, whether he's gone to hell or whatever, but we have no idea. But anyway, she's putting on, I love that picture, by the way, Showtime! But anyway, she's putting on some kind of a show with her crew, and I always preferred her with the boots on rather than the shoes, but and not even the high ones. The calf boots I prefer. But anyway, she's going through her magic show with her crew, and it's like a tech rehearsal kind of thing. And then this guy, I don't know how this thing works, where they literally the thing is through them. I don't know how that magic trick works. I don't. I guess I'm not supposed to know. But he apologizes for possibly hurting her, and she's like, "No, my harness is messed up." And she has a sword through her, and she's complaining about a harness. I don't know. And then we're talking about the White Lady, or Lady White, and about how she was like into everything, whether it was movies or music or whatever. And she's showing him a card trick where the coin is inside the cards. And all of a sudden, the Lady White or whatever else has like arms come out of it. And here's where it gets weird. But I know she's magic, but come on, we have to have some kind of rules here for magic. But anyway, it brings her crew into this other world just out of the blue. I mean, there's no setup for this whatsoever. It's just like this happens. Like it's a normal thing. And she's basically going to save her crew that's having all these interactions in this other world. And I can tell that the writer was like into old Hollywood, and he tried to do like these old Hollywood type posters and things like that. And I'm not sure it really works. Because again, it doesn't make any sense. See, we're doing like a Foley type thing. I don't know. And now we're in like a noir movie, and it's going to kill her, one of her other crew. I think it's the guy with the swords. And she catches the bullet in her teeth. Okay. It's like he's taking all of these different things, and he's like, literally, she tells it to pause. So that's why you see the pause button there. And she tells Lady White there to shut up, and her mouth disappears. It's just weird. And then a sword comes through her back, and it's the other guy that she just saved, and she tries to get it out, and it like electrocutes her. And then she's literally laying on the ground with the sword through her, and that's where it ends. So I don't know. I think it's kind of all over the place. There's no setup for this at all, what this character is, what this villain is. It just kind of happens. It drags them into this world, and why is this guy stabbing her? I have no clue. There's just no setup for any of it. And this is why you don't have artists write. There are a few, like John Byrne's writing, I really like for Fantastic Four back in the day. And for She-Hulk, there are some writers that can do it. But there's some others that just, need more practice. I guess this is his practice book. I don't know. But he can draw, for sure. He's definitely got good artwork. But the stories just doesn't add up right now. So I'm going to say no for jumping into a movie. It needs even the first issue needs work. All right, so let's jump into Joshua Williamson, a guy who can write, but can't draw. And I kind of prefer it that way. And we're doing G.I. Joe number 4. This, of course, taking over from the Energon universe, where Duke was assaulted with his team by Starscream, and he was looking for Starscream. Ends up that Energon was found by Cobra Commander, who then gave it to Destro to make weapons out of. And the Joes had a big problem last time. They actually lost the battle and lost the Energon and everything to that effect, whatever they were getting in those crates. And now we have a new character here named Risk. So we have Duke. Baroness is a good guy so far. And they just pulled this other professor out that was being, I guess, moved by Cobra and is now being chased by the Crimson Twins, Tiamat or whatever his name is. Tiamat. I don't know how you say it. And the other name is backwards. Zeomod and Topaz or Tomaz or whatever his name is. But anyway, so we're starting out with this chase scene. The professor is up on top with Duke, and then you have Risk with Baroness on the bottom, and they are trying to escape from these guys that have literally missiles on the top of their thing. So which they're going to end up using. So these guys are just like, oh my God, it's the Crimson Twins! And there goes the missiles. So it explodes. The bikes go everywhere. They start just flipping around. So our backup's here, but it's not ours. It's Cobra's backup. So they start to go and fight. And instead, Duke just gives up. Because he sees all of the bystanders around, and he knows that if a battle starts, it's just going to be too much collateral. So he gives up. I'm not really a fan of the colors on here. All these wash colors just don't really do it for me. I like shading and stuff like that, and it's almost like old time, one color for everything kind of thing. I'm not really a big fan. We have CoverGirl, and they're trying to warn these guys about what's happening. And we get Cobra Sniper wipes one of them out and wipes out another guy too. They dodge. Stalker. I knew it would come to me. Stalker and CoverGirl, and they get behind the wheel, but then we have one of the Dreadnought come over. I think his name is Ripper. And he literally rips apart the truck. And he's about to kill them, and the sniper says, no, don't kill them. Of course, you can't kill the good guys. We want them alive. And he's like, all right, I guess I'll take them alive then. It's always so weird when that happens. So anyway, they are, Destro and his main guy are kind of dissecting this dude that Cobra Commander threw down this pit, and they realize that he's like an alien. He's from Cobra La, and his skin is blue. And he's like, yeah, there's this bunch of stuff that Cobra Commander is not telling us. And they start talking about Energon, and we have Clutch there, undercover. He went and infiltrated the Cobra thing, and he's just kind of running around, and he's got one of their guard uniforms on, of course, and he sees the Energon. He's like, I'll try to take one so that we can kind of analyze it. So meanwhile, we have, I think it's Cobra Commander here that lands, and they go rush out to meet him. It's the brain scan thing that they end up getting. That Ripper, and that was what was in the truck. That Stalker and CoverGirl were trying to protect, which they didn't do a good job. And then the other guys bring in all the other guys that they captured. So literally, Cobra has won this so far. And there's Cobra Commander. I knew he'd pop up. He's on top of the HISS tank. And they start talking about the mental thing that he's going to weaponize and all this stuff. So he's going to basically weaponize this brain scan device to make everybody loyal to Cobra. Interesting. And he's like, I will do it. I will clench my fist and shake it in the air. So Duke is he's still trying to be optimistic here. And he says, trust me, we have them right where we want them. So we don't know what his plan is at this point, but it looks pretty dire. Looks pretty dire. So will this make a good film or television show? Absolutely. The way he writes Cobra, where Cobra is constantly winning, I love it. Because every time we ever saw Cobra, they were always losing. They never had a leg up ever. So it's great to see the writer on this saying, yeah, we're going to make the good guys, always kind of being led around by the bad guys. So I kind of like that. They're always in trouble. And Zatanna, unfortunately, no. Not very good so far. I might get the second issue just to see where this goes. And again, the artwork's pretty good. So just for the artwork, I might get it. Depending on how many. If it's only like 4 issues, yeah, I'll collect it all. No matter how bad it is. If it's more, like 8 or whatever, or 12, yeah, I'll probably jump off it. All right, well, that's it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Remember to give me that like, give me that thumbs up if you can. And if you can, jump into Green Hornet Noir. Detroit Noir City it's called. It is a 90th anniversary celebration of the character, him and Kato, with the Black Beauty and everything like that. You're going to see all this great stuff in this book, along with now interior artwork by Dennis Calero. And we have stories by Timothy Zahn and Kevin J. Anderson, Bill Willingham. Cover art also by Matt Wagner. Really, really great stuff. Anyway, jump into the description. It has the link in it below, or you can go to greenhornetnoir.com. Thanks again for watching, guys. I greatly appreciate it. Have a great week, and I'll see you in the next episode. All right, bye.